What is the ethical relationship between human animals and non-human animals? So is the way you treat your dog the right way, and the way you treat the mouse by putting out poison, is that the right way? The way we treat cool Siberian tigers when we find them, catch them, and put them into zoos, is that the right way? Animals that we hunt and eat, or animals that we farm and eat, or animals that we... Humans treat animals in a lot of different ways. What is the correct relationship with them? The exceptionalist says that humans have no moral duties to non-human animals. And what that means is that the exceptionalist is not considering non-human animals as moral agents. Because they're not moral agents, you can kind of just do whatever you want with them. You can treat non-human animals like you treat your laptop. Use it when it's useful to you, put it away when it's not useful to you. You can do whatever you want because you don't owe the non-human animal any kind of particular relationship or connection or respect. It's not a moral agent. It doesn't have moral status, and it's there for your use. Exceptionalism is the view that non-human animals do not have what it takes to be a moral agent. So different exceptionalists will spell out exactly what they mean by don't have what it takes in different ways. Maybe you think that what sets human beings apart is the higher order rational thinking, or the written language, or the subconscious, unconscious, conscious abilities of our cognition and psyche. Whatever it is, something makes human beings the exception out of all of those beings on the animal kingdom. So when you're looking at all the animals and amphibians, fish, etc., on the list of things that are alive and feel pain and pleasure, etc., humans have something that sets them apart. That makes us the exception. We are owed some moral regard, but non-human animals don't have what it takes to be counted in our moral community, so we're allowed to do whatever we want with them. What explains the theory that says human beings are allowed to put human beings first is a view called speciesism, which says that we can prioritize our own species. We can prioritize our own species based on our species. And so you do get some problems with this view. The problem would be that you're using a genetic feature of a being, something about its biology, to exclude or include it on the list of things that deserve your respect. Exceptionalism says because you're a human being, you deserve respect. Because you're not a human being, you don't. And that's the foundation of racism. Because you are this race, not that race, we get to treat you a particular way. Like sexism. Because you're this sex, not that sex, we get to treat you a certain way, whether benefiting you or burdening you. And so there are problems with that. But the whole idea of exceptionalism is that non-human animals do not require you to treat them with any kind of regard. And so you're justified to have non-human animals in circuses, as pets, as food, as objects for experimentation, even if it means they feel pain, even if it means that they die. So that's one side of the spectrum. Exceptionalism is the extreme view that allows you to treat non-human animals however you want, more or less. And on the other side of the spectrum is abolitionism, which claims that we do owe non-human animals moral regard because we have strong moral duties to non-human animals because they are moral agents. So the abolitionists will treat non-human animals as deserving moral regard, as having moral status. So non-human animals are in your moral community, whether you like it or not, and this means don't go out of your way to step on the ant. If you don't have to eat animals, don't eat animals. Be vegan if you can. Be vegetarian if you can. Stop the circus thing. Stop the zoo thing. Stop having pets with tight collars and no place to sleep. That's one extreme. In between, the view that says some moral agency is possessed by some animals is welfarism. And that is the middle view, because humans have some moral duties to non-human animals. So this is our third answer to the question, what is the ethical relationship between human animals and non-human animals? Welfarism says you're allowed to have animals in zoos, you're allowed to have circuses, you're allowed to use animals for experimentation, you're allowed to eat animals and animal parts, but while they're in your responsibility, while they're under your custody and your care for them, care for their welfare. So cage-free.